It is something I've thought about, that I love my children deeply. And one big negative about them, did you feel this when they were younger? That when you have children, finally, you have little kids that look up to you from literally everything.
Mm-hmm.
It takes suicide off the table. It really just absolutely. There's a certain times where. Have you ever seen the Bill Burr bit about how close he came to killing himself because he couldn't make a pie?
No.
He promised his girlfriend at the time in some casual conversation, the same way you and I will promise each other, hey, you're moving soon? Hey, reach out, I'll help you out. And then you call me day of, and I'm like, fuck, I didn't mean it. So he says his girlfriend was like, we're having a Thanksgiving, you should do something. He goes, I'll make a pie. Like, from scratch? Yeah, from scratch. Fuck it. Thanksgiving comes around, and she goes, well, we're expecting that pie. So he learns, he's trying to make one, and he's midway through the process. He's like, I could just fucking kill myself right now.
Is this pre-YouTube?
This is YouTube worthy.
Okay.
It's not YouTube worthy. It's on YouTube.
Okay.
He's got a big red head of hair.
What I mean, right. So meaning he couldn't go do a YouTube tutorial. That's what you do today.
Yes. He had to find like a Betty Crocker cookbook.
Right.
But he's like, it was so frustrating trying to make this pie, and he's so hanging on by a thread of emotion. He's like, you know what? I could kill myself right here, and it would be justified.
It's funny
in my own head
that you say that, because we talked about something on air, and it's also up there. So maybe we'll start with this. But I remember, not suicidal, but I remember when I taught my oldest son how to ride his bike.
Oh, I'm going through it right now. Yeah, how old was he?
And I don't remember, but I was living in Crofton with his mom at the time. And I took him to, and you probably did this too, I took him to a school. There was a parking lot.
Yeah.
I took him to a
That's
school.
the exact place we took him.
And we were going around in a circle. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go like this. And all I need you to do is make sure you pedal.
Pedal.
So he started pedaling, and he would brake real quick. And I go, okay.
All right, buddy.
I go, you got to keep pedaling, I go, and he go, okay. And it kept happening. And I started getting so fucking furious.
Okay.
And I'm like, Joey, pedal. You got, and I'm getting angry. I threw his bike.
Dude.
I threw his bike.
That's
now,
so funny.
I said on the air, which is true, if someone from social services would have seen me that day,
would have seen that moment.
They'd been like, the day. I mean, I was livid. I did not have the patience to do it. Meanwhile, when I taught him to drive, everything was better because he was an adult, or old enough for me to say, you got to do this, you got to do that, you have to. And I wouldn't. But when he was riding a bike, and it was hours of him refusing to pedal.
That shit is so frustrating. Teaching a kid to drive scares the shit out of me, because I'm teaching a kid to drive.
The consequences are bigger.
Well, obviously. The consequences are so much bigger, dude. But the bike thing, though, I identify with, because I'm taking Ev around the streets, and what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get him to learn to brake. And he's got the hand brake, and he's got the pedal brake. And I don't know if this guy has got a little Pastrana in him, but this little fucker loves to go fast. And I love it. I'm excited. I'm like, look at this guy. But what he doesn't like to do is look anywhere up. He looks straight down at the bike. I'm like, dude, you got to look up. And I'm telling him, you got to treat it like we're walking in the neighborhood. I need you to, at intersections, look left and right.
Yeah, which he does.
Slow down here and then when he walks. But I take him around a parking lot, like at the school, like you did with Joey. And then I take him to a little trail, which is near the Grawls shopping center. It's part grass, part asphalt, part dirt. Let him experience all the terrain. And then finally, I'm like, let's just go ride around the neighborhood a little bit. And he just takes off, shot out of a gun, hauling ass. He's looking at his feet, just pedaling as fast as he can. He's coming to an intersection, and I'm yelling. And I go, Ev, car. And this car just turns up. And he finally looks up, and he takes both his feet off the pedals, and he's holding on with one hand. He starfishes completely and just goes into a woman's yard. And
hey, man,
the car was plenty fine.
Dodged a
bullet. I mean, he came between you and me. The wheel well of the car is your shoulder, and I'm having going right by it. And I run past. I'm looking at them like, oh God, I'm so sorry. And rolling down the window like, yeah, you guys are okay, bud. You're good. And I mean, I'm grabbing him by the back of his fucking neck, like, God damn it. He's looking at me, and he's his father's son. He's a liar. He's like, something's wrong with the brakes. His first words goes, I'm not sure something's wrong with the brakes. There's nothing wrong with them. You took your feet off of both pedals. The handlebar that had the squeeze brake, you removed your hand from.
God, it's so funny that you say that, because I remember early on, I had a Volkswagen Bug.
Yeah.
Okay. And I also am a very bad driver. So I remember a guy pulled me over because I was going over the line and I was weaving. And he goes, "Hey, have you got anything to drink?" I haven't drank. I go, "The steering wheel's it's loose on this thing." He gives me a repair order. Taught me like, you want to pretend like something's wrong with the car? Here's a repair order.
Hell yes.
Yeah.
I've told you the story about the floor mat. Okay, listen. I'm going to guess about 70% of my bullshit gets called out on, but every now and then I'm like a gambling junkie and it works. And I go, fuck, I'm a master manipulator. Most famously pretending to be deaf to get on flights. It worked a dozen times. I left the casino with my chips. I've never tried it again. Never got caught. But I was driving on Post Office Road in Waldorf, Maryland, and I came hauling ass down a hill, and there was a cop in a church parking lot, immediately pulls out, whoop, into a gas station I go. And in this moment of clutch, I get out and I get down on my hands and knees and I start reaching around underneath the pedals. He's like, "Sir, if you could please stand, sir. Like, I am so sorry. My floor mat got wedged on the pedal and I'm trying to and I was under there. I was shoving it underneath of the and I'm like, this, I'm sorry. I got these all-weather mats for this. It was this tiny Honda Civic and I bought these mats that truly didn't fit, but they were never going to push on the pedal. And I wedged them up underneath there. And he shines his light. He's like, "Yeah, you got to get ones that fit. Those clearly are meant for a much larger vehicle. If I'm you, I'm throwing those away right now." I'm like, I'm
yes,
good.
Sir.
You know what? Right here, gas station trash can. Thank God. I was out of control there. No, I was on my way to get laid. I was hauling ass because Devin Mooney's mom was gone. And it was time to go get my you-know-what wet. Hey, in chat tonight, Edwin, Nikki, Joseph, good to see you. Jen, Steph, what's going on, everybody? No, Rob, clearly, again, there will be all three of us again one day, but life gets in the way. Got a little taste of Rob and Joe. Tommy filled in excellently recently on a story time. Just Joe and I here tonight. Rob, I believe, is in chat, and he is getting himself, I think, did you already have?
I believe a tooth was extracted.
The tooth is out. Okay, the tooth got taken care of. Rob would like me to mention, accurately so, he's always got business on his mind and his mind on his business. We got a brand new murder mystery. The Answer is Murder 2, April 17th at the Improv, May 29th, Rams Head in Annapolis, and July 5th at Magooby. So save those 3 dates. April 17th, Improv, May 29th, Rams Head, July 5th at Magooby's, dielaughingproductions.com.
I can't see that far. Rob said tooth
RS, tooth number 31.
What is that?
Where is that in the mouth?
Because you're here, it's probably the second, because you're supposed to have 32 teeth if you have your wisdom teeth.
Yeah.
I have 24, by the way.
I think I counted. I think I've got 25, 24, 25.
25. Yeah. I have an odd number.
I definitely have an odd number. I can promise you.
No, but that means there's a tooth that's not going.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
Oh, no, dude, I have to eat chips carefully.
So
it's on this side. If I take a bite of a chip and it's vertical,
and it just goes into
will push it into the soft pink gum. It ain't great. You want to see? I'll show you.
Yeah, let's see.
It's not great. Okay, so on this side,
okay. Hold on.
Okay, take a look here. Maybe we'll put this up on Patreon. Which, by the way, we got some Patreon news about some stuff you're gonna be able to enjoy. I've had the most white trash teeth my whole life, and not because I've had soft teeth. I just didn't take good care.
Hold on. Move down.
Oh yeah,
I definitely
they're
see
all
it.
fucked up. Thank God the teeth that are bad, I'm blessed. They're all back here. The ones up front, I can whiten, I can floss, I can rinse. The ones back here, oh no. I'm a house that you didn't clean properly. You just shoved everything into the basement.
Yeah, I definitely need my teeth could be whiter for sure. I wish I did that. I drink a lot of coffee, a lot.
I got for Christmas one of those. It's like a blue light LED thing where it looks like a mouth guard for wrestling.
Oh yeah,
but you put the goop and shit in there. It's a fucking process, man. It ain't worth it. You got to gum. You got to gum the stuff up, then put it in, then turn it on, then take it off, then put in another tray with desensitizer.
Does it work?
It looks whiter in the moment, yes. But I got to tell you, the setup and the breakdown, it ain't worth it. I'll just take a couple of those white strips. I'll keep them in. I'll pull them off. I'll rinse. I'll get out. Because this goop on there, this weird like minty jizz, you also are not supposed to rinse or brush it off. You leave it on there all night, and it makes your teeth all tacky. But like, what's the most like fucked up tooth situation you've ever had? Because Rob's clearly going through.
Well, I mean, I've had obviously cavities. My wisdom teeth have been removed, but I want to say something about what you just said about whitening. I want to have whiter teeth.
I want whiter teeth. Yeah,
I'm never doing it. It's never happening.
Our teeth are what they are.
Unless somebody can come and say, I can do a procedure that's going to cost this much money, and when you walk out of here, your teeth will be white.
I think you can get a professional at an orthodontist, dentist teeth whitening. And they'll go in there. They'll fucking Dremel tool those bitches down. They'll goop them up. There's something that I know you can do at a dentist office, And does insurance cover it? Some insurances and dental.
Why
it's
would
like,
insurance cover your whitening of your teeth?
they'll give you like one whitening a year. Some of ours, like we have, what the fuck is Aetna Dental? I think we're good for a cleaning / whitening.
Oh, I have
a
dental. I definitely don't. It would make more sense for you guys because you're
on TV and shit.
Yeah. But I'll say this: there's no way I'm going to. I'm not. What you just said about the blue light. I'm never doing it.
No,
here's why.
Never do it.
Here's why. I know, and I'm not fooling myself. I don't floss, obviously.
Okay.
I don't brush my teeth at night.
I am a friend of yours.
I'd like
and
to.
I am never going to be, and I can promise you, I will never be that guy that gives you shit for not brushing or flossing.
Yeah.
Because what
can I tell you
you're
one
not
other
gonna
thing?
I'm not gonna be the guy to convince you.
Can I tell you one other thing? No, I want to.
I know you want to.
I go in there and I'm like, I go to bed and I go,
fuck it.
Fuck it. Here's another thing. I currently live in this house by myself.
Yeah.
When I pee, I don't wash my hands. I don't wash my hands.
Credit where credit's due. Scott Reardon, you completely copped to it recently. Scott Reardon is the goddamn Daniel Day-Lewis of pretending to wash his hands. And he cops to it. He will go in and do a production. He did an Instagram post about it the other day. Leonardo DiCaprio in The fucking Departed doesn't act as well as the one Scott Ignatius
what is he,
Reardon.
a surgeon?
It's amazing. He goes in there and he does a routine. It actually, he could probably, the time he takes to do it, he could wash his own hands.
That's what I'm saying. Why would he just wash his hands?
I don't feel like getting my hands wet. And also,
hey,
I get it.
I don't feel like doing that.
I don't know how clean my crank is. I'm not pissing all over my hands. If I get my hands wet, I'm going to fucking wash them.
Yeah.
If I go number 2, then yes, clearly I'm shoving my hand up my ass. I'm not going to wash my hands the entire time in Japan because I've got a power washer blowing any and all funk off my ass.
Oh,
it's the cleanest your ass will ever be.
Yeah.
But like if I'm just taking my little button mushroom dick out and I'm holding it like an olive,
yeah,
I'm like, oh, let's gotta get this taken care of.
No, I never do. A lot of times, like when I'm by myself and I shit, a lot of times I still don't wash my hands. If I'm here and there's no one else here,
I think I might have a bit of a misshapen ass. Remember the Play-Doh machines where you could slide in the filter for it could either come out shaped like a star or like spaghetti, and kids
the fuzzy
would play
pumper
with it.
barbershop.
So that stuff. Yeah, I there's some sort of weird new like mold on top of my ass because nothing in that toilet looks even remotely normal. So I'll go back there every now and then, and I'm just like, what is it, Andy from the Parks and Rec? Wiping. It feels like I'm wiping a marker. It's never over. It's never over. I'm hitting each side. I'm going fucking side to side with it. And every now and then, this is so gross. I'm sorry. This is why Rob
I'm about to go there too.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Dude, do you accidentally like let go and your asshole holds onto the toilet paper and I've got to pull it?
I definitely,
I'll occasionally pull my hand up like, oh, I have to fucking wash it out.
no, there's times if shit gets on my hand, 100% I'll
go with the front yard power washer, but yeah.
So 100%, I have another thing that's going on with me.
Okay.
The top of my ass crack.
Okay.
The top, it's way up here.
Yeah. Got a long crack.
Yeah. I do actually have a long crack.
I've seen your cracks, a long crack.
Up here. I guess there's something going on, like it bleeds. I swear to God, the top of my ass crack. And every once in a while, I'll take off my underwear, just be fucking filled with blood.
Oh,
I kid you not. And I'm always like,
from this wound?
Yeah, whatever it is, right? The coin slot or whatever.
You know what you have? I think you have a cyst.
But I know, but you know what I take? I sometimes it does, like right now it doesn't. It's
how long
fine.
have you had this?
10 years.
Oh my God. This isn't recent. No. Oh yeah, you should get that peeked at.
It's been going on for 10 years.
Waldorf Peter, I bring up all the time. In that exact same spot, had a same wound from when he was in the military doing sit-ups. He would do sit-ups and that tailbone would grind on the ground. No, you're not doing those. But he would grind a lot, and to this day, it's damaged. To this day, he has this thing at the top of his ass that he's got to like moisturize and bandage, or the thing will burst and it'll just bleed down into his crack.
100%. I will put like Vaseline on it or whatever. Yeah, and I'll put Vaseline and it'll be fine. It's funny because I'll take my underwear off. There'll be blood stains everywhere, and I'll be like, as long as Katie didn't think it was shit, I was fine.
Yeah, red, go ahead. Brown, no.
I know, but as it dries, it resembles. But I just want to know, hey, the shit isn't up there.
Yeah,
that's where
you also don't want to cross-contaminate that, because if you've got an open wound, you got to wipe in a particular direction. Otherwise, you're gonna go fucking septic, dude.
I hope it doesn't kill me.
Great. I mean, this will be the thing when later on, what happened? Wiped his ass. That's it. Wiped his ass to death.
God, you know what's funny is I don't think I'm a lazy person. As a matter of fact, today, you know what I did today?
What'd you do?
Today I woke up at the fucking crack of dawn.
Good man.
I came into the 98 Rock studio before you.
Great job.
Started doing the I couldn't because of the computer shoot.
If you get there before me, you get there early.
I did. I did the news. Then I drove back. I worked a full work day. Then I got on my Peloton. I worked out. I ordered food. Then now I'm doing this podcast. So I'm not lazy.
No, you're active.
But when it comes to personal care, I'm like my beard.
Yeah.
I don't trim my beard.
It looks good right now. You got a nice line up here.
Right.
I mean, down near the neck.
Do you know why?
Why?
Because I go to the barber and I have them do it.
Them do it? They do a good job there.
That's how lazy I am.
Oh, I mean, I've got this wombat on my face, so I have to. This thing is a nightmare. It just grows out of control. But you go to a barber and get a nice shave there. I will say though, to the brushing and flossing bit, now that you're kind of getting back out there some, maybe revisit the floss just in case a night goes the way you want it to.
Yeah.
And because there's been times like over the weekend, we made a nice dude. She gets in there, she's looking around, and this piece of pot roast dislodges. I mean, there's been times, God, this is the grossest one I've ever done. I will floss at the end of a night from like eating pot roast or chicken, and I'll floss, and I'll just rinse water and I'll spit in the sink. It looks like soup. It looks like minestrone. The amount of shit that came out of my mouth. I breathe easier through it. I just don't want a little piece of pumpernickel being transferred to this lovely young lady's
I think
mouth.
you and I have the same problem. By the way, Edwin has is that a show title? Long crack is whack.
Yes, hell yeah, I love it.
So also, I think you have the same problem, and I mentioned this to people, and some people don't have this problem at all. But sometimes I'll just be sitting here. I know you mentioned this before. And just some fucking boulder will just fall out of my ear.
Dude, this potato will come rolling out of my ear. This tater just unlodges. Holy shit. You ever watch that Canadian hockey comedy show called Letterkenny?
Oh, yeah, I have seen it.
There's a scene, dude, do you ever watch them having a game of catch back and forth? And then one of the guys reveals that he got pegged and he loves it. And that's immediately when they start to fumble the ball. But in that scene, the main character, I can't remember his name is, but like the stout guy with his eyes really squinted, goes, "You ever have a tater come rolling out of your ears?" And I'm like, I'm not laughing. I'm like, yes. Yeah, I feel seen.
Give me more.
I feel fucking seen by this guy. Oh, it's so unnatural.
One time, I by the way, I can't hear right now. I hear very well because I have my headphones on. When I don't, if anybody, it's really embarrassing. A lot, like for example, if you used to ask me a question, I just don't respond.
Yeah.
Or I just go, yeah, whatever. I didn't hear it.
You didn't hear
said, right. And now I know obviously from 2 decades of wearing headphones that takes its toll or whatever. But also there's a fucking Luray caverns in my ear, right?
Oh, it's a mess.
And I remember one time I couldn't hear and I went to the doctor. I go, I feel like, and they go, oh yeah, no, this is, and they put one of those basins under there. And
they hold it and squirt the water.
And she took like 9 syringes and could finally, that fucking mouse right there fell out of my ear.
We don't ever talk about other jocks on the air, especially from opposing stations, but he's an old friend. He does afternoons now on 100.7 The Bay. He did this fucking on air. But our friend Matt Weitzel.
Oh, yeah, I know Matt.
Did you ever see his earwax removal video?
Oh, I think I did.
It was the size of a fucking pinky finger.
Oh.
And I'm like, you were deaf. You were clearly, there was a 100% blockage, and this lady came in there and fished this turd out of his ear. This motherfucker had to hear in 4K after that.
What?
No, they saw it. Oh my God. No, he could hear tomorrow.
It's like when they give those babies those retina implants where they can see, where they hear their kid mother for the first time.
Like when you give some fucking zilch those glasses and let him see color. Like, I didn't know flowers are that color.
Like Rob Mayer.
Yeah, Rob didn't cry. Yeah, no. Rob saw him and was like, oh, fuck yeah, sky's blue. Not like the people in the videos that are like, I didn't know corn was yellow. If you can buy the cameras, the small cameras.
Oh yeah, I don't want. I can't see what's going on in there. I can't.
I bought one.
Yeah, was it? Did you want to kill yourself?
What I found in my ear wasn't great. Okay, I'll tell you in front of God and country. Not the only hole that went.
Oh, you didn't like it?
Didn't care for it. Yeah, it basically was like a home colonoscopy kit. It's not meant for it. It's meant because it comes with this little fisheye lens and it's got a piece of plastic and it kind of hooks off, and at the tip of the camera, it's a fisheye, so it expands its vision, but it's got a little tiny ring of light, so it lights up. And the first thing I thought was like, this is clearly going in my ass. This is 100%.
Did it go in? Was it disposable?
No. And I might have done it in an order I shouldn't have. I might have.
Just put water.
Oh, dude, it's going in my ass. It's going in my ears. It's going up Evan's nose. I'm like, look at those boogers. I'm like trying to, and I did my best to like alcohol swab the thing off. But, oh no, 100%. I had my foot up on the tub, and it goes to a cable that goes to your cell phone, and you can see it. And I'm just like, oh, look at that. That's fucking horrible. I can't believe we have sponsors on this program, but we do. And let's hear from a few right now. Okay, now
clearly not a sponsor.
Later on, you will hear another clip from Chris Karlheim, and we will be inserting some spots into that. Shout out GRB Roofing and shout out Randolph Rice. I mean, I saw you reaching for your phone. I'm like, no, don't play that yet. This is why we miss Rob. Hey, we've had a couple of group threads going on. One, let's talk about both.
Okay.
We've got one with the standard DLP universe. Mm-hmm. We had another one about Vegas. Let's get the DLP one out of the way real quickly, and then we'll spend some time on the Vegas one. But I took a gig at the Horseshoe Casino, and the Horseshoe Casino is really getting a legitimate fresh coat of paint. There's two guys in there. One guy's name is Frank. Another guy's name is Jacob. You're going to be competing in a World Series of Poker tournament this coming Friday, the 28th, I believe. And they realize that they got themselves a little PR issue, and they're doing what they can to bring in 50 Cent, CeeLo Green. They're bringing in like local bands. Here's to the Night. They're bringing in hopefully Stavi at some point in their big ballroom. World Series of Poker, but they're doing some smaller shows. And one that they're doing is with me and a guy named Dan Levin. And Dan Levin, I guess, was formerly a WBAL producer. Some people know him. He's trying to get a comedy show off the ground there. And I quoted him a hometown friends and family price to be on it. I'm not even headlining. I'm going to feature, and he's going to book the thing, and he's going to headline himself. But there's a guy on the show. He's a comic. Yeah, and apparently a pretty accomplished one. I've never seen him, but everything I hear about Dan Levin, he's great. And that show will be, by the way, just so I can go ahead and promote my own shit, that is going to be on March 22nd at the Horseshoe. I'd love to see you out there. But I really was hoping to get on this show because there's a guy on the show that books a gig in the area I've been trying and failing to get onto for quite some time. Are you familiar with the Don't Tell comedy series around the area?
No, tell me about it.
It's like they do these shows where they literally don't tell you where they're at. They'll just say it is in downtown Annapolis, it's in downtown Baltimore, it's in downtown Severna Park, DC, wherever. It's Don't Tell. It's meant to be like speakeasy comedy. Once you buy the tickets, then they'll tell you the address. It's a bit of a gimmick, but they book great shows. Umar Khan, Josh Kaderna. I think maybe a couple of our friends have done them. Well, this guy, Adam Friesman, is going to be on the show. And I was like, hell yeah. He books this thing. He's one of the producers. And by the way, it's a franchise.
And you crush, and then you get booked.
I'm like, I would like to book these things. I mean, they booked him on the Spirit of Baltimore, like on a ship.
Oh, hell yeah. And you don't know until they, you know it's in Baltimore.
You know it's somewhere. And the venues are very interesting. And they're sometimes, I think one of them was like on a fucking
Tom Nutty's done them.
Tom Nutty's done the things. Yeah, I can't fucking get booked for the life of me. So Adam's going to be on this thing. And I get these posters for the show, and I'm getting them from the Horseshoe. And there's the most recent one, and there's me, Dan Levin. Mm-hmm. There's Justin Schlegel, there's Adam Friesman.
Oh, heck yeah.
And I go, fuck yeah, all right. Well, I get another one today. And I go, well, this one looks a little different. And I go, well, I don't see Adam Friesman anymore.
No, I see.
And I see them. And I go, all right. And I immediately go and look them up.
Mm-hmm.
And
I looked them up too.
Yeah. And all I'm going is I'm gonna fucking bomb so hard.
Why do you think you're gonna bomb? Who's headlining that person?
Dan Levin is.
Okay.
So he's got to bear the brunt.
Okay.
And you know, listen.
Why do you think you're gonna bomb if Dan Levin is the headliner? If that other person was the headliner, then I would get that it might not be in your.
I have a feeling I'm going on after them.
Oh, that would be bad.
It's not going to be great. Mm-hmm. No. And listen, and I say this fully aware of my own past from changing my fucking name.
Mm-hmm.
I changed it to a real name involving my middle name, my brother's middle name, because people couldn't say my last name. I'm not going to repeat that story. But I never went by like, JS the Crusher or Incognito from down the block.
Yeah.
Which is a real name and a real DJ in Baltimore.
But that's not what You know,
no,
I mean,
it's not that. Like, if I go by, Mr. Pieface or something,
Yeah.
I see that and I go, fuck, I'm going to have to spend all night with that. And it's probably not going to be great. So I jump on the social and I start watching some videos.
can you give me the gist of some of the material?
No, and I won't.
Okay.
But a lot of it is, it would just be like booking. It would be booking Kendrick Lamar and Simon and Garfunkel on the same bill.
I got you.
Both extremely quality acts in their own subgenres.
But
it would be Charlie XCX and Garth Brooks.
You have two different audiences for these.
Yeah,
what you're saying. I got you.
And I'm going. I'm like, I know that this person's going to go on, and they are going to fucking murder in a way, in a particular style that's so gregarious and large and animated, and there's going to be a lot of like, just how hair is yours, pussy, and I'm gonna go like, fuck, I'm not gonna be able to follow that.
Are you gonna ask the order beat? I mean, is that
no? It's been determined.
Okay.
I asked her. I'm like, hey, what's the order? Like, you're going on after them? I'm like, fuck yeah, that's not gonna go great. So I am the buffer. I'm diving on the grenade.
You have to make things okay for the headliner to be able to go up there.
Not gonna, because he's gonna be performing in a fucking crater when this person crushes. After being like, who here ever got themselves a stanky butthole? And
me.
Yeah, hi. As a matter of fact, my friend here bleeds quite a bit. His asshole bleeds.
It doesn't stink. My blood doesn't stink. What do you think? Your blood don't stink?
Asshole smell like a hot penny. Something. I'm gonna fucking bomb. And like, my shows are few and far between right now. So I'm like kind of relishing everyone that I got. Thank you, Tom Nutty. He books me at Church of Satire all the time. But and I really want the Horseshoe to do well. I want the Horseshoe to become a venue that we can maybe go to with DLP.
Ariel, will this be after your senator?
Oh yeah, this will be the week up.
So that's
2 days later, I'm going to go from the Senator Theater where hopefully I'm
standing ovation,
adoration, and this is his life's work. And then 2 days later, who here loves having somebody fart in their mouth? And I'm like, oh fuck, it's
Nobody
not
loves that.
It's not great. How much time did you spend on the social?
I mean, enough to just get the gist, but I didn't do a deep dive.
Okay, dude, I'm gonna show you. Okay. That video
I saw this one.
You saw that one?
Yeah, I did.
You need to watch that one.
When we go back. You mean this one next to it?
That one next to it.
Yeah.
That one you need to watch.
Yeah.
Okay, and you need to watch. You need to. This is the busiest fucking flyer.
That's a flyer?
That's a flyer. That's the busiest goddamn flyer.
I don't see anyone like you on this flyer.
No, they're all crushed.
That's not what I see.
They all murder. They're just, I'm going to go in there and just shit my way through this thing.
Now, where is that
I might not take, I've actually recently, now that, 98 Rock takes very good care of me. There's been times I've refused to be paid. I'm like, you keep that. You just give that to the other comics. I'm going to fucking just suck. I'm going to suck so hard after them.
Where is that person from?
I don't know.
There's a DJ
Might be
there.
Yeah. Do you think I would get invited to that festival? Probably not.
Nah.
Yeah, there's some very specific qualifications. I'm not none of that. So fuck. Come see me on March 22nd and support your boy, because he is going to be on the fucking struggle bus trying to make people laugh after somebody crushes. God damn it.
All right, well, let's talk about the Vegas group chat.
Yeah.
Now, in the Vegas group chat, there are some people that have, Roy Scovel's in that group chat, right?
Yes.
You got Andy Haynes is in there.
You got some people of accomplishment.
Right. I mean, these are comedians that they're talented and I respect them. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time trying to be yuck. I'm not going to do that, right? I'll let them do it or whatever. But today,
yeah.
Somebody, Tony, Larry Poon, Tony Graysick, he sent a picture or a little website of the Airbnb where we're staying.
Yeah, it's going to be 12 of us. And instead of going like 2 to a room, 6 rooms, where do we stay? All that. He had the idea, and I like it, of getting an Airbnb, a home on the outskirts of Vegas, pool, 5 bedrooms, kitchen,
9 bedrooms, by the way.
9
bedrooms.
A pool with a slide. The place looks awesome.
Beautiful, right? And so I'm all excited about it. And people are making little jokes or whatever. And somebody said, looks like there's a shark in the pool.
Yeah.
Okay. A couple jokes made about that. And I said, this is what I said. I said, if I fuck that shark, does it stay in Vegas? Obviously, my joke is if it happens in Vegas, stays in Vegas.
Yeah, classic.
I said, nobody got it. one person made a joke about it not being able to breathe and it not being able to be on the plane. And I'm like, do people know?
The classic saying.
All I want to not do is not be funny in that group.
This is
I make one joke.
We're already bombing in the text.
No one gets it.
You're bombing in the text. I'm about to bomb at the Horseshoe. It's just going to be a carpet bombing.
I was like, I almost said, hey guys, if it happens in Vegas, it stays in Vegas.
Yeah.
Forget it.
I do have a fear about this because when you get a group of comedians together, and we do it very simpatico and DLP. Sean will one up me, I'll one up Eric will one up Tommy will one up Rob will one up you, and we just kind of go in circles and whatever. But this is a group of people that haven't seen each other in a while, and there's disparities of accomplishment, and I shouldn't look at it like that because we're all just old friends hanging out.
Right.
But comics can be competitive and comparing, especially those looking up at some, and occasionally some looking down.
It's the opposite. I'm like, I'm not gonna try to. These guys are all hilarious. I'm just gonna, I just want to be somebody who hangs out with them or whatever. And that's the thing. I like, oh, this is gonna be funny. I'll make this one.
Rob's
joke.
saying he's been kicked off the trip. I don't think you've been kicked off the trip.
Dude,
I think we desperately want you there.
Dude, I don't think you've been
No, you haven't kicked off the trip at all. I think actually some of the people, and particularly Larry, are kind of counting on you to go gambling because they got a couple of people who's got some short ass money.
And I'll tell you something else, Rob. So I know that because he said the price it is per person. Let's say it was $5, just for example. So I said, I'm in, and then I said, Sean, can I borrow $5? Right. So meaning Sean Gabbard, who's rich. They didn't say $5. I said the actual amount. Then Tony goes, oh, I forgot to put Sean on here.
He also forgot to put Rob on here because Rob's not on the string. I wonder if Larry doesn't have Rob's number.
Yeah, Rob, I'm pretty sure that he probably just forgot to put you on.
It's a text and it's only like 6 people. Half the people, Haynes isn't on it. You're not on this one. He will the email. Is he in the email? Is Rob in the email?
Yeah, Rob's on the email.
Okay, the email you're a part of. That's everybody. There's been a new text when he was trying to figure out
who's willing to pay what.
Who's willing to pay what? And I was basically trying to trick Sean into paying for the whole goddamn thing. But I know we obviously because you're a friend, I want you there, but he wants some gamblers because there's already been a couple of some side texts here and there like, I'm probably just going to want to go on a hike. I'm like, if you go on a fucking hike, I'm going to break your knees. If you try and drag us into the goddamn desert,
I'm not going on a hike.
I'm not going on a hike. I'm going to hike my ass down to a buffet. I'm going to hike my ass to a blackjack table.
Yeah.
I'm going to hike my ass to a spa. I'm going to hike my ass back to that shark and fuck it. That's what I'm doing.
Well,
but it's going to be, it's going to naturally be competitive. And it's not going to mean to be. But when you're in a group like that, we can't help but tag and one up. And this is like some elite level comedians. And some comedians who have grown intellectually in different directions.
Yeah.
And there are some that, I kind of jokingly go, hey, let me know what you think of the special. It's like Joe Rogan's burned the boats, but for people who thought that was too cerebral, haha. And there's a couple I have a feeling kind of might think of me that way. That like, we're doing the smart, and you're down here
don't think, maybe,
doing the armpit fucking fart machines.
Well, I'm still going to be doing that.
Yeah, I'm still going to be doing all that. But hey, speaking of comedy, speaking of the specials on sale. Thank you to everybody that bought tickets to it. I decided to cut the price in half. We were going to do $10 for a ticket, March 20th, 7 p.m., Senator Theater. It's done. Chaos Theory's finished. And I said, I need this thing full. So I did a $5 ticket because what we're probably going to do is as we get closer to this thing, we're going to paper the room a little bit. Buy them now. Don't wait to win.
$5.
It's fucking $5.
Right.
Please, it's going to help me recoup my costs.
I see what you're saying. You want to make sure that there's people there, so it's not necessarily the price of it. But
that company AEW, that wrestling company I tried to work for back in the day, they are infamous. It drives their fans nuts. They'll do these day one sales, $1,200 front row.
Oh yeah,
row 4, $700. They're not doing great right now, but people still snatch those tickets up early. And then the week of the show, buy one get 5.
Yeah.
Or if you show up at this location, we're doing a ticket raid. Here's 20, and they're in great sections. And people are like, well, why the fuck did I buy those things? A $5 ticket, if I find out other people are winning them, I'm not mad at it.
I got you. One time, because they do that with concerts.
Yeah.
Where they're like, the Stones are going to be here. And I did. I went to go see the Stones, and I paid $600 a ticket. And then the day of, you could buy them for $80.
God damn, see?
Yeah.
That's infuriating. And I didn't want to do that with this. This is me on screen. And I can't believe I have to say this, but I've had multiple people ask. No, I'm not performing that night. It's the special. it was performed in November, and this is edited and put on a screen, and you'll be watching it in a movie theater. 95% of people get that. Some other people don't. We actually had to change the wording on the website.
What did it say before?
It just said, come see Chaos Theory.
Oh,
Justin
God.
Schlegel's
Oh,
new hour-long comedy
it.
special. It's now, come see Chaos Theory, recorded in Indianapolis in November of 2024. People think I'm going to be getting on stage. Do you know why they think I'm going to be on stage? Do you know who's there 1 week later for $50 a ticket, 10 times my price, and they're performing live? Stand up at the Senator Theater. It's Paula Poundstone. So you can either go one person and see Paula Poundstone, or you and 9 friends can come and see me the week prior.
How old is Paula Poundstone?
Probably 90. I have
She's
no
gotta
idea.
Be. I remember Paula Poundstone.
Boring as fuck. Yes.
Yes. Let's see how old.
I know I'm slapping my knee during NPR's Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me as her and Mo Rocca trade barbs about tariffs.
Paula Poundstone.
That's some good ass comedy.
All right. Paula Poundstone. All right. First of all, she looks great. She looks great.
She looks like Rocky Dennis.
But she is of retirement age, 65.
Okay. All right.
65.
So collect Social Security. Yeah. So if you could share it, buy them. First day ticket sales are in. They're good. I mean, I gotta sell 700 tickets to this thing. Or I gotta take that back. I gotta sell as many as I can and then get 700 people in there.
How
total.
many does it seat? 700?
It's at 700.
There's a movie theater that seats 700 people.
700 is the theater. Yep. 700 is the capacity.
Like the Ram's Head it's twice the size of the Ram's Head.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's twice the size. Narrow seats. They go far back. There's a mezzanine, 2 big rows, which is why I price these motherfuckers to move. So please, I'm begging you.
Yeah, I haven't bought mine, but I have it on my calendar, so I'll buy them.
I'm not hooking you up.
I will buy. I'm not looking to be hooked up.
Yeah,
I'm on the list.
Yeah, I'm actually the only people I'm buying tickets for are the crew that shot the thing.
You know what's funny is I went to the game show thing that they did at the FX Theater. I went there, and I'm like, well, I'll just buy tickets.
Yeah.
It's for
Special Olympics.
I'll buy tickets. And I was walking in, the promotions team was there, and they go, "Hey, I got you a wristband." I go, "Yeah, do it."
Yeah, go, please.
I did give $1.
You know what?
For the Special Olympics.
There's an athlete that's not going to play because of you. I hope you're fucking happy. There's a kid out there that's like, well, I was going to be a powerlifter this year, but some asshole couldn't watch us fart our way through a half-ass
we were
game.
$9.98 short.
We were just this close, guys. Also, I got an update today. This is going to be pretty great. So I teased, I can't remember if I did it on the regular show or Patreon, but you're going to get it here for free. That this special itself is going to be just about an hour, a little bit over. Well, I had so much footage that I cut it down from about an hour and a half, hour and 35, 40, down to this hour. There's a ton of material that didn't make it into it. Well, I've been working with a guy that's editing it down. He's going to be putting in behind the scenes footage. He apparently recorded so much shit that night.
You mean like in the green room?
Like all that.
All right, cool.
He's got a lot. He says, I've got enough for a small documentary. It would be enough for a 20-minute documentary about this thing. I said, put the whole fucking thing in. So we're going to take every last bit of material that got cut. We're going to take behind the scenes footage. We're going to take photos that didn't get released, cast interviews, the whole thing. We're going to shove it together. It's going to be just shy of 2 hours.
Oh, hell yeah.
And we're going to put it on our Patreon.
Oh, cool.
And I'm also going to put it on there for $5.
Oh, awesome.
So if you want to buy it, come out. And then if you want to go see basically the Snyder cut of this thing, the Air Bear Productions cut, do you know like some of the stuff that I cut that I tell you?
Give me an
Some
example.
of the stuff with my father.
Oh, yeah.
I just never fucking got around to asking him about. I never got around to asking our guy about like, hey.
And he'll never go behind this paywall to find this.
Never. No shit.
He won't even hear us talking about it right now.
Well, I don't know if that's entirely true.
Okay.
Joe, would you like to pop that phone back in? And we're going to play that clip one more time from none other than Mr. Chris Carlheim. And on the way, on the other side of this, we got some stuff we got to get into. Star Wars movies are about to be great again. And there is somebody that might fuck it up for me in my dad's universe. Here's a little clip from a recent, no one asked for this. I love it. People continue to ask for it, which is the irony of the title. This is our own Chris Carlheim from Dork Dynasty, WBAL, just getting as pissed as he often does. And he paints a Sistine Chapel of rage in this interview.
Does this get your blood pressure up, someone driving slowly in the left lane?
I hate people that go 35, 45, 55 miles an hour in the left lane on 70. I don't understand what's going through your mind. you see traffic on the right-hand side, and you see a mile of clear nothing in front of you, but you look in your rearview mirror and there's like, I don't know, 100 cars behind you, and you're just like, oh, fuck it, I'll keep going 45 miles an hour. Move the fuck out of the left lane. I don't know why people are so stupid. A great philosopher once said, move, bitch, get out the way. Not everything is about you. The amount of people that have main character energy, I think is the term, where everything needs to be about them all the time. Fuck you.
I've listened to that episode,
Wow.
I think about 7 times.
Yeah, no,
I'm telling you.
I've definitely given it
I've
multiple
given that
spins. for
Yeah,
sure.
I love sauna talk. I love story time. Rob Pod is great. I'm expecting another Joe Robinson experience.
Hey, mute that real quick. If you can.
Oh yes, and I think I got another Justin out of my system on the last Patreon here,
All right.
so probably not going to get another one. But goddamn, yeah, no one asked for this. Sorry, Chris, but people are asking for it.
Mhm.
So before this, we were talking about my dad not hearing some pretty personal shit about him and some nothing illegal, but some sexual impropriety that was like, okay, maybe if anybody's ever seen what's a movie called The Ice Storm.
What's that?
Is that the one that was the Key Party back in the day? Was it called The Ice Storm?
I mean, I didn't see it.
Yeah, I think there's a movie called
What's the Key Party?
It's where everybody goes to this house in the early 80s for like a dinner, and you all throw your keys in a basket. And at the end of the night, you reach in and grab keys, and that's who you go home with.
Oh, so do the girls go in one, or could you go home with a dude?
I guess it's a set of keys for a man, and I think that's the lady that goes home with that guy, and it's set in like the suburban neighborhood, and they're all like,
oh, I got Joe Robinson.
oh, fuck me. Are you kidding me? I got Schlegel, his tiny penis. Yeah, so, but there might have been stuff like that going on where, I mean, my parents might have watched that.
Right. I do remember that story. Yeah.
Yeah.
About you drowning, right?
Yeah, almost drowning in an orgy. Yes. I almost drowned at an orgy.
Yeah. Okay.
If you don't know what I'm talking about, it'll be behind the Patreon paywall before the end of March. I almost drowned at an orgy. There's that. There's what happened in the Navy. There's some other stuff. You'll get into it. You'll enjoy that. Now, you said there's no way he'd find this behind a paywall. It's not entirely true. My dad's got himself a girlfriend right now. And I've alluded to this girl before. I might have a fucking situation on our hands that he deserves to be happy in his older days. Okay.
Yeah, and he's like 85.
He's
right?
old as fuck.
Yeah,
he's so
right.
old. He's in his 80s.
Yeah.
And he's got this girl who it's so gross. She's like horny for him. I see him together. She's like sitting on his lap, and it's not an age disparity too. She's like in her 70s. Okay.
Right.
She's knowing she's a pretty lady, but she's clearly in his age range. Okay. It's not like an Anna Nicole Smith oil tycoon thing. Okay.
Right.
There ain't no oil under dad's house in Waldorf. And he's taken her on fucking trips to Hawaii.
Nice.
To Ireland.
Hell yeah.
They're going to New Zealand.
What?
You know where I can't get him to come? Annapolis to see me. But he's taken the last time I called him to wish him.
There's things she's doing that you're not.
Never. There's times like I called to wish him a happy birthday on his birthday, which is February 11th. It's 3 days later than mine. We always remember to call each other. And he sounded like he's in this crowded room. Like, where are you at right now? He's like, we're getting ready to depart on our cruise to Hawaii. I'm like, what the fuck? You're on a cruise? Wait a minute. Hold on. To take a cruise to Hawaii, which means you had to take a flight to California. And then from there, you get on the cruise ship to Hawaii and back and all this. My worry is that she's fucking draining him dry.
Well, yeah, I mean,
and I'm starting to wonder.
I mean, I assume he's paying for these trips.
Oh, he's a gentleman. He's holding doors. He's throwing coats in front of puddles. He's ordering for you at a restaurant. And
do they live together?
Well, no. My brother is living at my childhood house and is basically the caretaker of that. And he is over there, my old man at her place, 3 weeks out of a month.
Oh,
and all
really?
This.
He does. He has his own. Your brother has his own place.
He's got his own place now. He's essentially already inherited the house. But here's another weird wrinkle. She's a fucking huge JSS fan.
Oh, is that right?
Big time. We've been on the air 12 years in July. My dad has never called it for 10 of them. Recently, it's fucking every month.
Oh, he likes to.
Sometimes
he wants
it's
to
every
impress
week.
His girl.
No, she's calling and handing him the phone.
Oh.
He's texting me for the first time ever. He's never texted me. Clearly, she's gotten a hold of the phone. I think she likes dating the guy from 98 Rock's dad.
Oh, so you think that the reason that there's even the attraction has
I got
something
some
to do with
suspicions.
yeah.
Color me protective of my old man,
Right.
because I fucking love him.
Where's she from?
I have no idea. I don't care to ask. And I'm starting to get vibes. I mean, my brother and I have had a couple of conversations where he's like, man, he's the fucking checkbook's out a lot. And I'm not saying my dad was like, this
Tight on the
skin
purse
flint. Yeah, he
strings.
wasn't
Yeah.
what they'd say, you squeeze a quarter till the eagle shits. But he'd look for a deal. He's a guy, he would find a deal. And now he's just got the supreme red fucking $100 bill gun and shit. You want to go to Prague? Let's fucking do it. You need a car? Let's do it. I mean, I've talked about him for years, but only recently has he started calling, and on the birthday phone call. Recently, I've been like, hey, Joe, he ain't getting through for a while. Because he just called. Wasn't listening. He wasn't, there was no topicality.
He didn't even know what was going on.
Hey, what's going on, bud?
He was just, I think.
And you'd hear in the background, ask him about the thing, Joe. And like, I think you've been coerced. So I said,
she actually likes the idea. Right. She's a fan, but also now my man is here on a show that I love. Is that essentially it?
yes.
Okay.
So I said, hey, we're going to fucking nixnay on the phone calls for a little bit. And this was towards the beginning of the year.
To Joe?
To Joe
Okay.
Stamboni. I said, well, you're not going to get through for a bit. All right. Just if you tell me, just
Yeah.
because you do this bit like, tell him it's Jerry from Waldorf, or it's
Right.
Perry and all that. And eventually I'm like, all right, my dad repeats jokes more than I do. And I call him on his birthday. He goes, hey, I've been having trouble getting through.
Did you say, why do you keep calling?
I was like, well, I mean, yeah, I've been putting you through a lot. He's like, yeah, I've been calling, trying to get through. Like, yeah, but we've had you on a bunch. Yeah. So what's going on? He's not hearing me.
He wants to be JSST.
He wants to be, what's Justice Scott Spiegel, Terry? Like he wants to be the fifth Beatle on this 3-person show.
I hear Josh he's been out a lot. How about I come in?
I mean, I read the Washington Post. I can do news. Well, he's also got a very particular way of talking. You talk to Gramps on the phone all the time. He has this thing where his sentences are occasionally fractured.
Yeah.
And I start to like talk during the break in speech, and
you don't know when it ends. You're not.
I
you
can
don't know
never
if it's
fucking tell when a sentence is over. And you should see Mudge look at me in the back, like looking at me. I'm like fucking like pounding the table. I'm talking because you'll hear me go, yeah. So, anyways, what about it? Oh, fucking goddamn, he's not done talking because he takes these like breaks in it, but he does that on the air.
Well, let me
And
ask you.
occasionally the calls are funny, but occasionally they're fucking mad.
I mean, you might be able to make him funny, but let me ask you this.
He's buffering.
He's actually older than my dad. He's buffering. He's actually older than my dad.
Old as balls.
And my dad, if he's here, I probably said this before, he can only talk about the things like, oh, you like microphones?
Yeah.
What do you have a phone?
Yeah.
That's all he's got.
That's all he's got.
He's got nothing. There's no depth of conversation. You can't have it. And listen, that wouldn't be a problem.
Yeah.
If he didn't want to spend hours with me.
Yeah.
So I'm there, and there's really nothing for the listener coming from his end, and everything is me, but he also can't even respond in kind.
Yeah.
So I love him, but it is exhausting.
Yeah.
That sounds like at least your dad. I mean, it sounds like he's still with it, right?
Now he's with it. He's traveling. He's having sex.
How often do you think he's having sex?
Multiple times a week.
What kind of sex do you think he's having?
Probably on top. Probably from behind.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Dude, when she came over.
He's not using the different holes, right?
I'm probably using two of them.
Just two of them?
He's definitely using two, even though he's once told me that he's a fan of the third. I hate hearing that. I was in my teenage years.
God. It's got to be a mess.
Yeah, it can't be great. But dude, the first time she came over, she sits on his lap and they start kissing. I'm like,
tongue?
Ew. No, not like tongue, but enough. I'm like, get the fuck off his lap. This is the first time the extended family met her, and then I remember the scenario that they were sitting in the living room, and it's Thanksgiving, so seating is at a minminimum. And someone goes, oh, no, you can go ahead and have a seat here. He goes, no, I got a seat right here. And she says, I'm like, ew, fucking gross,
on
dude.
his leg?
On his lap.
Oh, like all the
on
way.
his lap, and
like,
she's got like his arms around him.
If the clothes weren't there, would they be matched up?
Yeah.
It would be. Okay.
Oh my God, dude, what if she just straddled him? She just sits on him and starts bouncing.
No, she faces
his
direction.
Swings her fucking legs around his back. And by the way, it's the happiest he's ever been.
Yeah.
It's his money. He's got a woman that adores him.
Yeah.
He's fucking 1,000 times more than I am. He's visiting the corners of the globe. But again, that's the third time I'll say this. It's almost like I'm wondering if they're listening. Hearst takes care of me. 98 Rock is I'm comfortable. My brother could use a little bit of what he's got when he passes.
Yeah,
and he's going to get the house. He's going to get the cars.
Yeah.
But I'm
but
hoping,
what does he have? Doesn't he have his Social Security? Does he have does he have like a pension?
He's got a pension.
Well,
through
that
the
goes
union.
away, right?
It goes away.
So
but I'm wondering the liquid assets.
Oh, I see.
Has he got anything that I'm hoping that there isn't some living will? Play this VHS tape for my final wishes. Pack it the fuck out.
Change my mind.
She's moving in. She gets my Mercury, my Grand Marquis. So yeah, right now we're she's a nice person, but we are kind of staring down the bridge of our nose at her like, you're sneaking in at the 11th hour. Like,
literally,
the group did all the work, and you're sneaking up right before you turn it into the teacher. Like, you didn't earn this, bitch.
I mean, I think about this. Like, my dad is 82. My dad might live to be 100 because every time they go, I think I've told you this. Every time they go, they give him his blood work. They go, your blood work's excellent. I go, what?
Great.
How's that possible?
By the way, show title might be All the Holes.
How is
God.
it possible that my dad is in? Well, he can't be in great shape. He's a mess, right?
No.
But the blood work, like,
how is that possible?
I don't
my blood
know.
work is shit. My heart is shit.
But how about your dad? Does he have anything? Does he have diabetes?
Yeah, his fucking legs are purple.
Yeah.
He eats like shit. His hair's all patchy. His breath's a fucking nightmare. And that's
what does
another
he eat?
thing too. Anything.
Right.
Dude. Do you know what he loves before bed? Like, he's probably laying in bed eating it.
Hold on.
It's a very standard snack. As a matter of fact, you brought it up today.
Does he eat a bowl of ice cream?
He does not. That would be way more normal. This would be something
I brought up today.
you brought up today during a segment about was it sheets
He's
or
a Rice Krispie treat.
right before bed. I prefer a Rice Krispie
He's
treat.
a Toblerone before bed.
He eats beef jerky before bed.
Hey,
that shit gets all up in your fucking teeth.
By the way, beef jerky really not horrible for you. It actually isn't bad. I mean,
as far as nutritionally, it's obviously got a ton of sodium.
It's protein, yeah. It's too much salt. It should, but yes,
it's rotting biological material. Like if I went to bed with a mouthful of Rice Krispie treat, I'm gonna wake up and be like, okay, it's just something going on.
Or
I wake up with a mouthful of pemmican hot pepper turkey jerky. It's gonna smell like a mass grave. Fucking pemmican jerky is disgusting. Well, that's his brand.
He does.
He likes it because it's.
He doesn't like Old Trapper.
Nah, it's wet. He says he likes it because it's wetter jerky. I'm like, ew,
you know dude.
How are you kissing him?
Because I'm basically off of carbs almost completely. Although I ate some rice today.
Yeah.
I eat beef jerky too, and you probably know this. And because beef jerky, sometimes you get a nice tender, but then every once in a while
you got to fucking it's like Taranaga.
But it's not like that's every once. So there's at least 4 or 5 of those every bag.
Oh, every bag. No, so you get that extra Sahara nugget.
And he's in bed,
just fucking got a Michael Crichton novel and just is with his old fucked up teeth gnawing away at some. And he loves exotic jerkies too. He's like, oh, this is venison jerky. This is gator jerky.
Oh,
She's
he likes
fucking
that.
There.
Where's he get them?
I think he just orders them online.
Oh, he does. He orders online.
Yeah, he got them shipped. Oh, everything he discovered online shopping. And if she wasn't in, the next benefactor to the Schlegel fortune would be Jeff Bezos.
Oh,
because every goddamn dollar is getting spent through that dude.
Because my dad, every time he orders something online, he goes, I bought a belt. And I go, Dad, this is a 28 slim. What are you
what the fuck are you thinking?
Is this for
but can you imagine
a baby?
Your dad, Gramps, French kissing a woman with his fucking mouth?
Hey, I'm gonna tell you a story. You just conjured up a memory that I'll never, ever, ever forget.
Okay.
When my mother passed away, my mother died.
Carrie Robbins.
That's right. Rest in peace, Carrie.
Looked her up. Civil rights hero, by the way.
I had a friend, Larry Russo. I'm gonna dime this guy out. Larry Russo, also dead, by the way.
Okay.
Died in a car accident. He was my best friend when I was growing up. Well, after my mom died, his mom came over to my house, recently divorced. And I guess she was just saying, hey, if you need anything, blah, 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 blah. And she leaned in and tongue kissed my dad. That happened, my friend's mom. I saw it. And after that happened.
Wait, holy shit. Okay.
Yes.
She's like, I got clearance to land.
Yes.
This guy's clearly
she was
vulnerable.
like, hey, this is like she was literally trying to fuck my dad for sure.
Immediately tried to get in there.
I wonder if
how fucking hot that is, dude.
Yeah, I mean,
immediately.
Yes. And of course, I was thinking, God, if that's me, I probably just,
I don't know how to tell you.
Try to hit it, right?
But if you're thinking what I'm thinking. Your dad fucked this woman.
No, here's the thing. I swear.
Clearly.
Well, you might be right about that. But I remember
he did it in the shadows.
Now, I was in the 9th grade. I wasn't I was still a kid, but
But
he shut the door and he goes, she put her tongue in my mouth. He literally said it. So it wasn't like he was like, I'm going to get it better. Now,
he
granted,
all the holes.
Afterwards, he's probably like,
hey, I'm feeling rather down tonight. You know what?
That was her text.
Oh, what am I saying? Why am I texting?
He's literally calling her house.
Dearest neighbor. He's got his fucking quill pen out there, some parchments.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's having you run this. Hey, go take this note over to the neighbor's house real quick. Anybody's house you want to stay the night at? You haven't had a sleepover with your friend Jim in a little while. Why don't you head over there so Dad can get his fucking balls drained? Oh, 100%. Oh my God. Well, I
don't know if I've ever said that out loud. I mean, I remembered it, but that was a repressed memory.
Okay, let me fucking shake one loose on you too. That this, I did not think of it in this moment, but I did thinking about recently. That I have a friend named Drew Grinder, and his mother Debbie Grinder was my mother's best friend.
Okay,
Mary Beth Schlegel, Mary Beth Bednar, and those two were, I'm telling you, they were Thelma and fucking Louise. And maybe from the age of 12 all the way up until 15 or 16, when my mother and I grew apart, she's the only one I've ever heard say in regards to sexuality. She would always hit on me jokingly and say when I was 18, she was going to dork my brains out. She'd say, dork. I'm going to dork you.
How old were you when you said that?
12. She's saying this to me.
Illegal.
She's clearly hitting on a 12 to 13, 14. And I would just laugh at it while playing fucking Contra.
Right. Now let me ask you this.
Oh, no. I mean, during a low point, I might have looked her up at one point and was like, no.
When you were 18, were you like, hey, remember what you said?
Hey, so here I are now. I'm in my mid-30s. I am prepared to be dorked, if you would care. But I'm going to say when, and she was funny as shit. Super funny.
Obviously, that sounds funny.
She was a very funny woman. She's clearly in front of Mary Beth Slade. Goes, hey, watch this. I'm going to go tell your kid I want to fuck him. And for years, since she said this to me, I'm going to guess 100 times. She says, hey, don't you forget 18th birthday.
Hey, the 100th time, you're like, I think you're serious.
I think you want to have sex with my son. At one point, you're like, hey, could you stop trying to fuck my son? He's clearly trying to play Castlevania right now, and he's not doing great.
Which your mom like, hey, it's starting to get not funny.
It's just like, okay, after a while, let's just fucking bring it down a little bit. The fact you're
now, what did she look like back then? Was she?
Are you familiar with Chef Ina Gardner?
No,
I'm gonna look her up for you.
Hold on.
I think they used to call her the barefoot something.
Contessa?
Barefoot. Yeah, you know what?
I don't know who I know. I've heard that before. I don't know what she looks like.
Ina Gardner. I think that is her. I think that is also Barefoot Contessa. That's the same one. Yeah, that's her. She looks almost identical to Barefoot Contessa.
Okay.
Body size, everything. I mean, that's her right there. That's her.
I would.
I probably would. I mean, I definitely would be like, hey.
A young Ida Gardner. What's her name?
Ina Gardner.
Ina Gardner, that's it.
Yeah, bareback Contessa. Hey, if you just tuned into the program before we bounce again, we got The Answer is Murder 2. It is the sequel to our bar trivia murder mystery. It's going to be April 17th at the Improv. May 29th, we're going to do it at Rams Head and Annapolis, Rams Head on Stage, where I shot my special. And July 5th, we're going to be at Magoobies. You want to get any of this stuff, diallaughingproductions.com. March 20th, 7 p.m., Chaos Theory. It's going to be at the Senator Theater. I expect you there. That thing better be packed to the fucking rafters with our DLP family. I appreciate everybody that's already bought those tickets. You sent me screen grabs. Continue to share the link. We appreciate it. Rob, feel better.
Yeah, bud.
We'll reunite next week, and we'll talk to you again soon.
I'm going to go floss.